Hello and welcome to our third webinar of our Introduction to webinar series. This is the third webinar, our webinar to the topic Introduction to Coresuite Time. We had already last week 2 webinars. The first one was about the country package. The second one was about the Coresuite Cube. And here we are today with the third one. And in the next, I guess, round about 20-30 minutes, I will introduce you to Coresuite Time, our product for SAP Business One. My name is Raphael Hübner. I'm partner manager at Core Systems, and I will guide you through this webinar. So what are we going to take a look on? I have a little agenda. First off, what are in general benefits of Coresuite Time? Then we take a look on a little overview about what kind of features does Coresuite Time offer. Then I have some examples, or let's say use cases, where I want to show you those different features in a short presentation, and then integrated products as bullet point 4 and some additional information, just links and so on in the end, where you can find information about the product. That's what it is about today, to give you a little overview about Coresuite Time. So let's get started. Just to let you know, if there are any kind of questions in the end, like also in the other webinars, you have the possibility to use the chat box to ask a question. And in the end, I will hopefully answer them if there are some open questions. So let's go. Talking about Coresuite Time and the benefits of Coresuite Time. There are first off, of course, primary benefits for the end customer, like increased productivity or the possibility to capture work time and holiday. Then it is also very important to mention that this solution is not only compatible, it's also mandatory when using field service, the field service software, SAP Field Service Management. And therefore, also very important to know about Coresuite Time. Then there are also benefits, of course, for the partner, like additional service revenue by creating custom reports in Crystal and Layout Designer. You can manage your teams and projects efficiently. You can use, of course, also, that's also an advantage for the end customer, the billing wizard and the possibility to bill service and support, and just give you a better possibility to run projects with the project management module that is part of Coresuite Time. And so we come here to the feature overview. So what is Coresuite Time about? We have, let's say, 4 areas that are covered by Coresuite Time. The first one would be the project management module. It's a lean project management module that gives you some possibilities to create project phases and so on. I don't want to read now here all these things because we're going to take a look on those. Then there is the invoice processing, especially by using the billing wizard. This is something we will take a look on. Also, service management, and here I have to mention already, I said the time is necessary to use SAP Field Service Management in the Business One area. So please be informed that on Thursday this week, means at the 23rd of April, same time, we will have also a webinar for introducing you to SAP Field Service Management. Means here it goes a little bit hand in hand. I will show a little bit about how Coresuite Time is used for service, but we will see it again then on Thursday when working with SAP Field Service Management. And the last chapter or module, no matter how to say it, is then the work time management that gives us, as mentioned before, the possibility to manage working time or holidays and so on. And so here are again the 4 areas. And what I would like to do is just show you everywhere a little bit by PowerPoint slides, but also by just jumping into my demo system. And first off, we start with the project management. So how does it work? We have the possibility to create projects in Business One. This would be the window that we have, how such a project can look like. So we create one, we can define phases, we can define also a team of people who is working there, define our set of milestones. And when the project is created, next on, we can record time on it, we can record expenses or material and so on. And another step then would be, as you can see, it's optional to work then with approval system, means that the supervisor, boss, whoever is then giving the approval on time, material or expenses, or can of course reject it or make changes or whatever. And when the work is done on the project, then we have, of course, also the possibility to invoice it. And there will be then used the billing wizard that gives us the possibility to invoice very easily a project, or also not only projects, also other things, what we will also see later. And in the end, then we can create a report with out-of-the-box report that looks more or less like this. And we have some information about our project. And that's what we're gonna do, or let's say mostly what we're gonna do. Now I just have to get out of this PowerPoint first, and then we go to the demo system. And here we are. Go maybe out of Coresuite Time so that we can begin really in the beginning. And this is now my SQL SAP Business One system. You can see here is the time recording, and this is the time module. And here we have different areas, and one of them is the time project. And if I go on the project, you maybe recognize again from the first slide of project management, here is then the possibility to take a look on the projects. I have prepared already one so that we don't need to create it now completely new. The project name is Implementation B1, means we want to implement SAP Business One at the end customer called Star Company. And here I have the budget of hours, in this case, how many hours are already been booked. And here I have the amount in money, and also what kind of hours are needed internal or also in money. And this is the general view. Here we have different, let's say, milestones. First off, there's a blueprint workshop, then the implementation itself, then the go live. I know it is very, very basically created, but it's just for giving you a little idea how it looks like. If I right click here and go on Coresuite Time and special conditions and phases, I can here create phases for my project, so that again, I have here the blueprint, implementation and go live. And here I can see the budget time for each phase, so that I can look here on inside of this, and then also book the hours on a phase. Here is some further information. So who's the customer? Maybe there's a finance project behind this. What's the profit center? Related objects. So I can see what kind of objects are already related to this project. And as we can see, there is in the sales area an invoice so far. I can also define resources. In this case, 2 people, David and Bill, are working on this project. And if there are activities, in this case not. I could see activities like a meeting or I don't know what. So this is the project here, start date, end date, and all the information, what's the progress, who's the leader of the project, who's the customer, and so on. Okay, we got that. The project's created, so the next step is that we go to time recording. And here we have, in this case, because I'm the manager, I can see all the employees. I see David Müller, and he has been working on this project for the workshop blueprint on Sunday, the 5th of April. And what we're gonna do now is that we will book again another 8 hours of work. This would be in this case that I look for the object by clicking inside here. It shows me the last used objects. I could look, of course, for anything else. You can see if I type something, it shows me service calls, quotations, or whatever. But let's go for, of course, to our project, Star Company. There are the tasks. It is the blueprint that he did. I can define from what time to what time he did it, from 8 till 16. So the whole day he has been there for 8 hours, no break, of course, and that's the amount. And then I can go on the plus, and now I have also the possibility to put on some internal remarks or external remarks, and we just say, yeah, blueprint at Star Company, just again, maybe with one capital letter only. Okay, and now we have here the information, and I can change the object or delete it if for some reason I did it wrong. And here I would have the possibility to create maybe some expenses for eating or anything like this. And then there is also the materials. So I could create a new one, and then I could, if I would have for some reason materials, might make not that much sense here in a in my project, but maybe it would make sense when I'm doing service that I can really put in some item like a spare part or anything. So here you can see I could choose spare parts, so some item, and then it would be here inside, but we delete this again, not needed in this case. So yeah, so we booked now the 8 hours here. Let's close the time recording, go back to the project, and we should actually see already that now it has changed. The total is now at 16 hours so far. So we know, okay, there are 16 hours used at the moment for the project or have been booked. And after the work has been done, we will skip now that, of course, the project goes on. We will invoice those 8 hours now. And we do this by using the billing wizard. Herefore, we go to sales, then to the billing wizard. And this is a great wizard that gives us the possibility to create invoices super fast in only a few clicks. First off, we have to define the posting criteria. In this case, an invoice. The owner is, who is the owner? Let's say David. Today's date, remarks, we can put something inside like implementation B1. And again, please only one capital letter. We go to next. And now we can select the source of documents. And here you can see it can be service call, it can be a subscription. We're going to take a look on those later, or also a business partner. But in this case for us, of course, the time project, I don't know, let's go back to make sure that I don't forget the date. And project status doesn't matter for us now. I apply, and here you can see, okay, I can now invoice here this project, and here I can choose which one do I want to use? Of course, this one. It could be maybe more. Exactly. Here we could see more details if necessary. And I will create the draft now first. I could also immediately create it as a invoice that is ready and edit. But in this case, I want to create first a draft. I go on next, and now we just have again an overview, because it might be that I have not only here one invoice, just 10 different invoices. But to keep it nice and simple for us, it's only this one. So let's create the draft. The draft. So I click on finish. Execution has been finished. And we have here our golden arrow, 2020. What a coincidence to this year. We have now here the hours and the price, other expenses. I think because I added the expense but put nothing inside. And here's the remark. And now I can just add the invoice if I want to. And then we created the invoice. And that's already it. And so we quickly created for the customer the invoice. And this is about the project management in a little view. We can also take a look, if we go back to time project, then again in the related objects, we have here now invoices that has been created. That's so far what I would like to show about the project management. The reporting, I will show also other views of the project in another slide. That's easier. So this about project management. Next up, service management. For those who know SAP Field Service Management, they might recognize a little bit, let's say this flow here, because we have here in the service management some kind of a trigger, let's say a phone call, and then a service call gets created in Business One. And then you have the possibility in Coresuite Time to record material, expenses, as you have seen already for the project. And when this is done, when the service is done, you can just simply mark the service as ready to invoice, and then with the billing wizard create quickly the invoice. So this would be the way, let's say, without SAP Field Service Management. But we all know with SAP Field Service Management, there is the way to do it also different, really in the field, adding expenses, material, and so on. And as I mentioned on Thursday, we're going to take a look on this then in detail. But for now, so if we are working, let's say, with the standard without field service, it would be like this, that here a service call just gets created. The technician is doing his work in the field. And then here, I won't jump back now to the time recording window, because I have shown it already. You have here maybe just a service call instead of a project. And then here are the possibilities to create expenses, materials, book everything inside, and you have it. And then in the next step, you could create again an invoice based on the service call. And that's maybe something that might make sense to show it, because here I have also prepared something. If we go back, in this case, to Business One and to service calls, we have here somewhere this one exactly. We have this service call, and as you can see, it is not open, it is ready to invoice. Sorry, I see it's German, ausstehend, so you know now ausstehend means ready to invoice. And what we have to do now, because there is some effort as example, and there should be, if I got this correct, exactly in mind also some spare part. We want to invoice this to the customer. And here again, we can use the billing wizard. So I go back to the billing wizard, again, create invoice. Now we call it just service invoice. Whoops, sorry, service invoice. Go on service call. Yeah, from when was it? I'm not sure. Let's go long back. And somewhere we have this one. This is the one we want to invoice. But you can see I would have here now a lot of different service calls I could invoice. Again, I want maybe first to create a draft to make possible changes. I finish it and then execution has been finished. Now we are at document 2021. Please open. Thanks. And here we are again with the working time, the production or the Arbeitsstunde in German. And here is then the spare part number 1. And again, we can just invoice it by adding it and we are done. And that's the way how in the area of service management, Coresuite Time can be used for recording expenses time and so on. And of course, with the billing wizard. So this would be this part. And yeah, I should mention that after the invoice has been created, automatically the service call gets closed. We can take also quickly a look here. Zack. You see again the German word abgeschlossen means closed. Sorry for this. And yeah, if taking a look into the relation map, we would see that the invoice is of course related to the service call itself. So this so far about project management and service management. Just one last time for you to know, Thursday at 4 p.m. local time, so Swiss time means there will be the SAP Field Service Management introduction webinar, and there you can see more about service management if interested in. And now topic work time management. So we have also with Coresuite Time, of course, the possibility to manage absence time, presence time, take care of holidays, of working time. And this is what I want to show you next. So we have the possibility to do things like overtime control, absence management, work contract regulations, and work time reporting. And how does this look like? We have here the work time management, and we can define work time models. And therefore we go just into administration, into add-ons, then to Coresuite Time, and here we can find the work time model or working time model. And usually there is the 100% one. I just click on it, I can copy it. I can define public holidays. I can also just import the public holiday calendar from SAP however I want. And here I can define how does this working time model should look like. It is, I would say, the usual one. From Monday to Friday working time, it is a flexible working time, depends to the employee when he wants to work. Only important is that he or she is working 8 hours a day, and Saturday and Sunday, of course, is no working time. I could also create maybe other working time models like 60%, only a part-time. In this case, it would look as example like this: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 hours, otherwise 0 hours. And this is the possibility to create working time models very easily, and then just the employees then have the possibility, if we go to whoever, we can see working hours, what time of working time model does this person have. In this case, all my people have the 100% one, and this is how they work. So very easy about creating a working time model. And now the next step would be, of course, the person is working and wants to fill in or capture their time. So again, we go back to Coresuite Time. And there we are again in the time recording field. And I will stick to my consultant, David Müller. And here we can see the following. If we go to working hours, let's say we are here at today. There is also already filled in that he's today working 8 hours, means he is doing exactly that amount of hours that he should do. Did I do it also for next month? Let's see, for May, I will just skip here a little bit. And in May, again, he could type in, he worked from 8 till 16, did no break. And what kind of type did he do? Was it overtime, bank holidays, or holidays or something? It depends what he is filling in. Then, of course, it changes. As example, he can take holidays, and you can see so far he has 3.25 days left of holidays. And if I go here, I can put in some remark. If I put in the plus, then you can see he's losing a day of holiday because it's now here inside. And he always sees, if he clicks at the 5th of May, he has still 3.25 days. So it's exactly up to date or up to the date that he clicks on. And in this case, there is a holiday, so he would have 2.25 days left. And same, of course, with the overtime, means he's capturing his working hours every day. And here you can see then, okay, he has at this moment, because of the bookings, 80 hours plus, means he could take 10 days of overtime to take time for him or herself. Yes, this would be the possibility to capture then the working hours. And here would be also a weekly view, just by the way, to see everything. But maybe we go back here where there is something like the implementation. So we could see, okay, how many hours did he book something, differences. You can see all the details here for a week. So this would be this topic. Also, yes, I showed this already about overtime or vacation. Then what's also interesting, I will keep it here with this report instead of creating new ones. You have, of course, also the possibility to take a look with reports about a monthly overview of your employee or the employee for himself, also a yearly journal where it's written all the efforts, efficiency, or how many days of vacation are left, and so on. You can just go here to reports, and there you can see then a month journal as example. But I have to say, I think for my demo system, it is not that perfect, but let's see what happens if we take a look for David. Then it creates a journal quickly, a little bit small. Zack. You see here, presence time, target time. Okay, he worked much more than needed. Holidays, overtime hours, and so on. And here the efforts, in this case only for this little project that we had, but of course there would be much more. What's chargeable, not chargeable, and so on and so on. So far, so good. That's about work time management. And now, last but not least, the invoice processing. We have taken a look on it already for service calls, also for the projects. That's why I would just stick here, in this case, to this slide, the last one. That's really about the solution. working with subscriptions means that you can create a subscription inside of SAP Business One to invoice or to create recurring invoices. This makes, of course, sense as in this example with SLAs, or sorry, if we take our example with the implementation of SAP Business One, it might make sense to go with the maintenance of the license. And so it is just like this, that you have this subscription window. Here you can then define the period. Afterwards, you choose the item that should be invoiced in recurring. Then again, the possibility to invoice with the billing wizard, and that's it. And I would just quickly show you this. Let's use here for the enterprise search. Star Company is our company that we used for the implementation. And you can see here, last point is subscriptions. I open the subscription, then I quickly guide you through this. So we have the customer, and here is the first tab. When does it start? In this case, from today. There is no end date, so because we don't know when, if, hopefully never, the customer will cancel the maintenance, and it should be invoiced once a year or every 1 year, exactly on the 21st of April. It should be invoiced in advance. This is then the remark. And what should be invoiced? It is the maintenance for SAP Business One. And so we can create just very easily a subscription like this for this customer, Star Company. And if I go back now to the billing wizard and I go to create an invoice, then I can look for subscriptions. In this case, should be from today on. I apply, and you see, okay, there is a subscription. It should be invoiced today. That's why I can just choose it, finish it, and again you can see here, okay, maintenance for SAP Business One from 21st of April until 20th of April 2021. And now I can edit it, and we are already done with creating the invoice for the maintenance very easily. Yes, so I see that's what I wanted to show you in regards to the invoice processing. Here you can see already on the slide, project and phases we did already. Just to finish this, there's also the possibility to invoice business partner. In general, means maybe you record some time, material, and so on to the customer, and then in the end, let's say more or less same procedure. You just choose as a source the business partner, and you can invoice everything in regards to the customer. And the service call, we also took a look on it. And here we can just mention that the Coresuite Time comes with a public API that enables the synchronization of existing systems to B1. In case there are more questions, just let us know. And so we have just, I have just this last slide where it is explained. There's official landing page for Coresuite Time. Of course, we have the partner portal, so the help desk, where you can find information about time. And also in the help desk, you find all the information about Coresuite Time if needed. So this is all I wanted to show about Coresuite Time in a quick view of roundabout, I see now, half an hour. I hope it gave you the possibility to have a little idea of the product, or maybe a refresher, however. in case that you have any questions about the product, I hope I can answer them now. Therefore, I would ask you to use the box with where you can ask a question via chat. And yeah, so that's from my side everything I wanted to let you know. And I hope it was nice for you. So this is your chance. I will give you 1 or 2 minutes to ask something. If not, no problem. It was, even though I think not that deep, still a lot of information, means maybe some questions come up later on. So you can see here my email address. Hopefully you also have my contact by other ways so that you can contact me anytime, and I will try my best to help you. I can see during the time I was talking, no questions. So therefore, I would in this case just thank you all for participating at this webinar. I hope we see each other on Thursday again, 4 p.m. local time, for the SAP Field Service Management presentation, where we also do an introduction again. And I wish you all a nice day, and more important, I wish you to stay safe, stay home, and all the best. Thanks a lot and have a good time. Bye-bye.